house down in New Orleans. Oh, they call the rising sun. Lord, it's been the ruin of many poor boys. Lord, me, oh God, I'm one. My mother worked for a tailor man. Lord, she sewed on my new blue jeans. And my daddy he was gambling man, way down in that New Orleans. That a gambler needs, oh, now's a suitcase or a trunk. And the only time he is ever satisfied, oh, now is when he's all drunk. Well, mother, run, go tell your children not to do the awful things that I've done. You spend your life in sin, that sweet misery, in the house of the rising sun. Well, I got one foot, it's on the platform. The other foot, it's on the train. Said I'm going back to New Orleans, hid away that ball and chain. Said there's a house down to New Orleans that they call the rising sun. Oh, now it's been the ruin of many poor boys. Oh me, oh God, I'm one. Oh me, oh God, I'm one. Oh now me, oh God, I'm one. Folks, I hope you're doing all right so far. My name's Nicholas Edward Williams. It is nice to be here doing the Bandwidth series in Songbird, the old Songbird. That was an instrumental piece called Windy and Warm that was written by a fellow whose name is escaping me right now, but was made famous by Chet Atkins. And that was a little bit more in the Doc Watson style version. But, and then it was followed into House of the Rising Sun, which is a 1700s song from England. And I'll be talking a lot about old songs today, as I usually do. I can't help myself. But before I do that, yesterday was Norman Blake's birthday, and he's a local legend, you could say. And I would be remiss if I didn't play one of his tunes, so I'm going to play Ginseng Sullivan. If you don't know who Norman Blake was, he played with literally everybody in bluegrass music and old-time music, and wrote many beautiful songs, also was a carrier of the torch for old-time music and for bluegrass music, and was kind of considered one of the pioneer flat pickers. I can't play guitar like him, but I'm going to try. Good enough. About 3 miles from the backyard, from the reverse curve on down, not far south from the town depot, Sullivan's shack was found, back on the higher ground. You could see him every day just walking on down that line, no brown sack across his back, long hair down behind, speaking his worried mind. It's a long way to the Delta from the North Georgia hills, in a tote sack full of ginseng, won't pay no traveling bills. Yeah, but I'm too old to ride the rails, I thumb the road alone, so I guess I'll never make it back to home, my muddy water Mississippi Delta home. Winters here, they get too cold, and the damp makes me feel ill. Can't dig no roots in the mountainside, with the ground froze hard and still. Gotta stay at the foot of the hill. Yeah, but next summer when things turn right, the companies will pay high. I'll make enough money to pay my bills, bid these mountains goodbye. And then he said with a sigh, it's a long way to the Delta from the North Georgia hills, and a tote sack full of ginseng, won't pay no traveling bills. Well, I'm too old to ride the rails, I thumb the road alone, so I guess I'll never make it back to home, my muddy water Mississippi Delta home, my muddy water Mississippi Delta home, my muddy water Mississippi Delta home. All right. So through this pandemic, which has been an interesting thing to navigate, and I'm sure any musician will tell you that, I've been working hard on a separate but equal endeavor, and felt the need to create, but not being able to play shows and just writing songs about being inside wasn't doing it for me. So I started a music history podcast. And for those of you that are in Chattanooga, you might have heard it on WUTC. It's on every second Saturday of the month. And it's surprisingly become my main passion, my main career right now. So I'm super grateful for anybody that's already listening. And if you are a podcast listener and you like music history, especially about traditional American roots music, and all the artists and their stories who have shaped the music that we love today. Look up American Songcatcher. And this is a tune, I did cover this artist. Her name is Elizabeth Cotten. Elizabeth had an incredible life story where she wrote songs, and she was in a musical family, and she wrote songs when she was 10, 11, 12 years old, including Freight Train, which is probably her most well-known song. And she had a daughter, and when she got married, the church convinced her to stop playing the worldly guitar ways that she was interested in, and she did for about 35 years. And she got a job she followed her daughter out to Washington, D.C., and she got a job at a department store. And there was a little girl that was lost. And that little girl was Peggy Seeger, and she helped her find her mother. And then the Seeger family, Peggy Seeger is Pete Seeger's half-sister. And the Seeger family hired her to be their housemaid. They had no idea that she was musical at all. And about 10 years later, Peggy came home one day and saw Elizabeth playing a gut string guitar that was up on the wall. And it turns out that in secret, she'd been reteaching herself how to play the Piedmont blues style. And she ended up going on to play Newport Folk Festival, and she won a Grammy at 90 years old. This is a song that she wrote with her grandchildren called Shake Sugaree. I have a little song, won't take long, and sing it right once or twice. Oh, Lord, and me did not shake the sugaree. Everything I got is done in pawn. Pawn my watch, pawn my chain, pawn everything that was in my name. Oh, Lord, and me did not shake the sugaree, but now everything I got is done in pawn. Pawn my chair, pawn my bed, I ain't got nowhere to lay my head. Oh, Lord, and me did not shake the sugaree, and now everything I got is done in pawn. Pick one. Pawn my phone, pawn my plow, pawn everything, even my cow. Oh, Lord, and me did not shake the sugaree. Everything I got is done in pawn. Pawn my tobacco, pawn my pipe, pawn everything that was in my sight. Oh, Lord, and me did not shake the sugaree. Well, not everything that I got is done and pawned. Everything that I got is done and pawned. Oh, now everything I got is done and pawned. Oh, now they're done and pawned. Elizabeth Cotten, one of my favorite guitarists of all time. She developed a style known as cotton picking, and the Piedmont blues area of North Carolina and Virginia is kind of famous for that syncopated style with an instrumental melody over top of it on one guitar. It kind of sounds like two guitars together, and that's that. Other people would be Edith Baker, and Piedmont blues is essentially ragtime slowed down a little bit, and typically you sing that instrumental melody part along with the guitar with your voice, for anybody that was curious about that style. This is a song that came from Aberdeenshire, Scotland. It was called Bonnie Lass O' Fivey originally, and it was about a woman who falls in love with an enemy soldier, and her mother forbids them from marrying, and then he threatens to burn the town down because she won't marry him. But then he goes to war and dies anyways, so down with the patriarchy. And it's migrated a long ways to get here. And the first time it was documented in the U.S. was on Bob Dylan's first record, where he called it Pretty Peggy-O. And songs that came from the British Isles especially directly influenced all the music that we know as old country or early country hillbilly music, bluegrass, folk. All these ballads traveled and they settled throughout the Appalachian Mountain Range, and then they kind of fused different styles together with different cultures from the British Isles and Western Europe, as well as African Americans. So that's how we got the music that came out of there and developed into what we know today. And this song is among a few others that have lasted a long time and have relatively stayed intact as far as their original version goes. And today it's known as Peggy-O. We rode out to Venerio. As we rode out to Venerio, the captain fell in love with a lady like a dove. He called her by her name, Pretty Peggy-O. Will you marry me, Pretty Peggy-O? Will you marry me, Pretty Peggy-O? Oh, now will you marry me? I'll set your cities free. Free all the ladies in the area. I would marry you, sweet William Moore. I would marry you, sweet William Moore. I would marry you, but your guineas are too few, and I fear that my mom would be angry, oh. What would your mama think, Pretty Peggy-O? Oh, now what would your mama think, Pretty Peggy-O? Yeah, now what would your mama think if she heard my guineas clink? Saw me march at the head of my soldiers. I ever return, pretty Peggy, oh. If I ever return, pretty Peggy, oh. Now if I ever return, your cities I will burn, destroy all the ladies in the area. Now come stepping down the stairs, pretty Peggy, oh. Come stepping down those stairs, pretty Peggy, oh. Come stepping down those stairs, combing back your yellow hair. Bid a last farewell to you, William, oh. Sweet William, he is dead, pretty Peggy, oh. Sweet William, he is dead, pretty Peggy, oh. Sweet William, he is dead, he died for a mate. Now he's buried in Louisiana country, oh. We rode out to Venerio. As we rode out to Venerio, the captain fell in love with a lady like a dove, and he called her by her name, pretty Peggy, oh, oh, oh. Pretty Peggy, oh. So I'm a huge fan of Mississippi John Hurt, and he's if you're interested in understanding different forms of blues, he's a perfect gateway musician. He's kind of one of those people where, as you're listening to him, you can't help but feel comforted and quiet and just kind of observant and happy. And I always made it my mission with music to do that, and I've always admired him for that. And he was a gentle spirit, so I wanted to write a song that was that paid some homage to him and take a little bit of his picking style and mention some of my favorite songs of his. So this one's called Mississippi John, because I'm clever. Mississippi John, the song's still playing even when you're good and gone. Front porch picking under that southern sun. Let it roll, mama, I'm feeling fine and young. Play the one called Staggerly, and then blues ever pulled a tear out of me. Oh, that Appalachia with that Delta feel, said you make a word man sing like a salty dog in heat. Now how Mississippi John, the song's still playing even when you're good and gone. Oh, that front porch picking under that southern sun. Oh, you let it roll, mama, I'm feeling fine and young. All right. on your floor. Boogie woogie came, baby, long before rock and roll. And that boy John Henry, he's a hard-working soul. Ooh, said that hammer in hand when he died and passed on. Oh, now how Mississippi John, songs still playing even when you're good and gone. Oh, that front porch picking under that southern sun. Let it roll, mama, feeling fine and young. Let it roll, mama, I'm feeling fine and young. Let it roll, mama, I'm feeling fine and young. So although I do write my own songs, or have written my own songs, I should say, hyper-focused on preserving songs these days because there are just too many good ones out there that need to keep being circulated and shared with the next generation so that they get passed on. So that's my focus, and that's part of the reason that I started this podcast. I think I'll play a... Yeah, I think I'll play a song from... a lot of these songs that I'm playing today are actually from the podcast, and I go in depth about the artist and about the song's history. And this one was written by the father of country music, Mr. Jimmy Rogers, also known as the Singing Brakeman, and he discovered yodeling through watching some Swiss emissaries performing, and decided to take it up and set a massive trend that lasted for a long time and has kind of, you could say, marked a staple in country music and bluegrass music as well. And he died at 35 from tuberculosis, but he made a huge mark on music and set a massive model for so many musicians. This one's called Waiting for a Train. All around the water tank, waiting for a train. 1,000 miles away from home, just sleeping in the rain. I walked up to a brakeman, give him a line of talk. Said, if you got money, boy, wanna see that you don't walk. I haven't got any gold, not a penny I can show. So get off, you railroad bum. He slammed the boxcar door. Yodelady, yiddy-dee. Well, now he put me off in Texas, a state that I dearly love. Wide open spaces all around me, on the moon and the stars above. But nobody seems to want me, or lend me a helping hand. But I'm on my way from Frisco, going back to Dixieland. Oh, my pocketbook is empty, my heart is full of pain. I'm 1,000 miles away from home, just waiting for a train. 1,000 miles away from home, just waiting for a train. Yodelady, yiddy, yiddy. I can't quite yodel. You really got to go for it when you yodel. If you don't know that, you can't kind of take a half approach at it because it just sounds flat otherwise. Or you overshoot it, which is also a trouble. Well, initially this was a children's song that was sung around the New Orleans area. And there's a poet named Bob Kaufman who grew up there, and back in the Greenwich Village folk scene in the 60s, it was common for beat poets to be the headliners at shows. So the different clubs would have them close the evening. And one night, Dave Van Ronk and a guy named Len Chandler were backstage, and Bob told both of them, "I have a song for you." Those infamous words. And although he was tone deaf, he actually started singing the song. And both men turned into their own version of the song. Dave Van Ronk's version, which ended up being way more popular, was one of his most requested in his repertoire, which was a very deep repertoire, I should say. It's called The Green, Green Rocky Road. When I go by Baltimore, there ain't no carpet on my floor. Grab your coat, won't you follow me? I know a man in Galilee. He's hollering green, green, rocky road. Oh, and promenade in green. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. See that crow up in that sky? He don't walk, no, he just fly. He don't walk, no, he don't run. He keep flapping to the sun. He's hollering green, green, rocky road. Oh, and promenade in green. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. Yeah, I want you holler now, green, green, rocky road. Well, you promenade in green. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. Little Miss Jane, you run to the wall. Don't you stumble, don't you fall. Don't you think, no, don't you shout. When I sing, come running out. On the holler now, green, green, rocky road. Where you promenade in green. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. Oh, on the holler now, green, green, rocky road. Where you promenade in green. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. Ooka-tooka, soda cracker. Does your mama chew tobacco? And if your mama chews tobacco, ooka-tooka, soda cracker. Oh, but holler now, green, green, rocky road. Yeah, your promenade in green. love, tell me who you in love. Oh, all the now green, green, rocky road, you promenade in green. Tell me who you in love, tell me who you in love. Tell me who you love, tell me who you love. Beautiful tune. So I moved to Chattanooga about 2.5 years ago now, and moved directly off the road. I've been living in different vehicles for about 5 years and touring full time, and have been warmly embraced by the Chattanooga music community, and can't be happier about that. My wife and I and my son just moved out to Rising Fawn, Georgia last month, and not too far away. But it's been such a treat to be out there in the country and really feeling wide open spaces and solace. But it makes coming back into town really nice. So it's nice to be here. I'll be back in town next week. I'm playing in the courtyard at the Choo Choo outside of Gate 11 next Friday, from I think 7:30 to 9:30. So if you're interested and if you're around, you can come out and hear some of these songs again, and then I have obviously plenty of other songs that I can play for you. This is an old Blue Ridge. This is an old Blue Ridge old time tune. Old. It comes from an area of Virginia in the 1800s, and it's kind of a river song and a train song. And a railroad song, I should say. It's called New River Train. Riding on that New River train, riding on that New River train, the same old train that brought me here will bring me back again. Darling, you can't love one. Darling, you can't love one. You can't love one and have any fun. No, darling, you can't love one. Riding on that New River train, riding on that New River train, the same old train that brought me here is gonna bring me back again. Now, darling, you can love too. Darling, you can love too. You can love too. Let your little heart be true. No, darling, you can love too. Riding on that New River train, riding on that New River train, that same old train's brought me here is gonna bring me back again. Darling, you can't love one. Darling, you can't love one. You can't love one. Have any fun? No, darling, can't love one. Riding on that New River train, riding on that New River train, that same old train that brought me here is gonna bring me back again. All right. So let's see, what should I play? I'm going to do a little a portion of an old ragtime tune called the South Carolina Rag by, I believe it was written by Willie Walker. I'm not going to sing it. I'm just going to play a part of the instrumental melody from that and then take that into a version of Make Me Down a Pallet on Your Floor by Mississippi John Hurt. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet soft and low. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Going up to the country with the cold sleet and snow. Up to the country with the cold sleet and snow. Going up to the country, cold sleet and snow. Oh, there ain't no telling how far that I might go. Make me down, pallet on your floor. Make me down, pallet on your floor. Make me down, pallet soft and low. Make me down, pallet on your floor. Don't you let my good girl catch you here. Don't you let my good girl catch you here. She might shoot you, cut you down and stop you too. Oh, there ain't no telling just what she might do. Make me down, pallet on your floor. Make me down, pallet on your floor. Make me down, pallet soft and low. Make me down, pallet on your floor. The way I'm sleeping makes my back and my shoulders tight. The way I'm sleeping makes my back and my shoulders tight. The way I'm sleeping makes my back and my shoulders tight. I guess tonight I might try the other side. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet soft and low. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. I got a few more for you, and it's been an absolute treat to play music for you and talk about old songs. And again, if you're interested in learning more about these tunes and about music history in general, about to release episode 9 of my podcast, American Songcatcher, on Saturday. And there'll be 10 episodes this season, and then we'll get season 2 underway this summer. Let's see, what do I want to play for y'all? I think I'm going to play an old Carter family tune. they have been a massive influence on me as a songwriter and as a musician, and they're kind of considered, not kind of, they are considered the first family of country music. And this song is probably the most emulated guitar song that anybody that plays old-time music, bluegrass, folk, country, guitar players try to learn this song at some point. Thus, you have many different versions of it and different ways to play it. This is mine. This one's called Wildwood Flower. Oh, I twine with my mingles and raven black hair, with the roses so red and the lilies so fair. Oh, the myrtle so bright with its emerald hue, the pale amanita and the hyssop so blue. I will dance, I will sing, and my life shall be gay. I will charm every heart, in the crown I will sway. When I walk from my dream and my idols were clay, all portions of loving had all flown away. Yes, she taught me to love her and promised to love, and to cherish me over all others above. How my poor heart is wondering, no misery can tell. She's left me no warning, no words of farewell. Yes, she taught me to love her and call me her flower. I was blooming to cheer her through life's dreary hour. How I long to see her and regret the dark hour. She's gone, she's neglected this pale wild flower. All right, let's see. I'll do 2 more tunes. This is a little medley here, and what I consider to be the most beautiful piece of instrumental music on acoustic guitar. I'm going to take that into a song that doesn't belong with it whatsoever, but we're going to make it work, I think. Yeah, baby, I did all I could do. Can't get along with you. I gotta take you to your mama. Payday, payday, payday. Gotta take you to your mama. Payday. Well, that rabbit in the log can't get no rabbit duck. Lord, I hate to see that rabbit get away. Get away, get away. I hate to see that rabbit get away. Yeah, baby, I did all I can do. Can't get along with you. Gotta take you to your mama. Payday, payday, payday. Take you to your mama. Payday. On my track, the knapsack on my back. Gotta make it to my shanty for the day, for the day, for the day. Gotta make it to my shanty for the day. Can't get along with you. Gotta take you to your mama. Payday, payday, payday. Gotta take you to your mama. Payday. Thank you all so much. Make sure if you want to tip, Venmo at American Songcatcher, and you can, again, find that podcast. Just search American Songcatcher, and yeah, thank you so much for watching.